9:40, everybody. He garnered millions of fans during his time on the epic series Game of Thrones. You may have heard of it. Now he can really sink his teeth into his latest role. Take a look right here.
Paris was Nazi scar tissue at the time. It was healing, just as Claudia and I were healing.
Gotta pick twice the pockets in this town to get anywhere.
Confiance en vaut plusieurs si on prend du temps pour la trouver.
What?
Truth is more valuable if it takes you a few years to find it.
What you said is trust is worth several if we take a few years to find it.
A little rust on the mother tongue.
And that is a peek at the new season of Anne Rice's Interview with a Vampire, starring our next guest, actor and musician, Jacob Anderson. So good morning to you. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, congratulations on a second season.
Thank you.
What is it for you? What does it feel like to be a part of this whole series?
I feel incredibly proud to be a part. It's the most challenging thing I think I've ever done in my life, but yeah, it's great, and there's such beautiful, weird stories. Yeah, it's like a once in a lifetime type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw the Interview with a Vampire as a teenager, the film.
I did, yeah.
Right. So how did that kind of help you in this series? And what did you think of it back then?
I don't know how much. I think it helped in the sense, and I say this with as little shade as I possibly can. Like, I think a way that it did help was it was like, okay, what should we not replicate? Let's say. So you want to do something really different.
Yeah.
But I think when I was a teenager, I found Claudia, Kirsten Dunst, like terrifying. Just the idea of her, I found that really terrifying. But yeah, I was just like, this is a fun, silly, strange thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, and this is going to be nothing like that. And actually what we're doing is like very fun and very silly.
Yeah,
and
because this adaptation takes liberties, right?
Yeah.
So explain to the folks at home that are watching how it does that exactly. Because you talk about it being challenging, so that's probably one of the challenges.
Yeah, I think like the biggest liberty, I suppose, that we take is that Louis de Pointe-du-Lac is a black Creole man, whereas he is a white plantation owner in the book, and in the film as well. So that's like quite a big change. We also set the story in 1910 rather than in the 1700s. But it is also very much like the essence of Anne Rice's books. I think that the show is probably more faithful, I think it's fair to say, to what those books were about, and the central relationship, this trio, this weird family. Yeah. And
your character has seen quite a lot, lived a number of lifetimes, generations.
Lived many lifetimes.
Talk about the transformation for you, right, to kind of get into the character, not only mentally, but literally hair and makeup and fangs.
I'm looking at some of the things you've done in your career. It's
different
like
iterations of you. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I kind of got to do everything playing Louis.
Yeah.
And he's like, we meet him, he's 200 years old when you meet him. That was like a really difficult thing to figure out. I was like, how does someone behave when they've been on Earth for 200 years?
Right.
I was like thinking a lot about like memory and what are the things that we hold on to? Like, what do we care about?
Yeah.
Like, what are the things that like, even every time we reinvent ourselves, we go to a new job, we go to a new school, whatever it is, like, there's a thing that you can't let go of.
Yeah.
So it was like figuring out what were those things. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And well, this show has taken off, but a lot of folks obviously know you from Game of Thrones. When you're on the street, who do they most associate you with?
Oh, that's a good question.
Or a little bit of both.
Maybe, no, I think it's still probably Game of Thrones. But nobody ever knows my name from that. Like, you were the guy, you were the warrior guy, the guy with the spear. Like,
That was me.
But there's been like occasionally, I think people that watch Interview with the Vampire tend to be quite like,
I know him from somewhere.
Like, you're a vampire. Like, it's a bit more conspiratorial, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, I look very different in my day-to-day life to both of those characters.
Yeah.
So yeah.
For Game of Thrones, though, the final series wasn't based on a book because there was no book.
Yeah.
Were people annoyed about? Because you know, fans like they read the books, they're like, okay, they want true what's happening, but this took its own liberty.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Did you get an earful about that? As people were stopping you
What's
saying,
gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Look, I heard that people loved the final season of Game of Thrones. That's all that was told to me. It was that it was the most beloved season of television ever. No, it was, and by the way, I am proud of that final season. It was like we worked really hard on it. Sorry, I forgot your question.
It was just if you hear an earful from people about it, because I saw social media, some people were like, you know.
Yeah, I think
people don't like when things end. You know, that's the thing.
People don't like things ending. People don't love things. People don't like change, I think, until it works for them, and then they're like, oh, this is kind of, I get this now.
Right.
But yeah, it's a difficult thing to kind of let go of, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah.
Outside of all this, you're a musician?
Yeah.
What do you do exactly?
I sing and I write songs.
Yeah.
It's actually,
Any way people can, I mean, are you coming out with anything new soon?
Not new stuff. We reissued my first album on vinyl recently.
Nice.
Because I wasn't able to do that for a little bit, so that was exciting. And we're going to release some like demos from that first album. Because I'm all about like democratizing songwriting.
Yeah.
And it's quite, I thought it'd be good to let people into the process. But I'm called Riley Ritchie.
Riley Ritchie.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob, great to have you here. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
With all this stuff, you're doing all these things.
Good luck with the little girl who's at home waiting for you.
You gotta get home to her, right?
Yeah.
You can see him.
Thank you.
Fangs on and all. Season 2 of Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire starting May 12th on AMC. Great to have you here. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.